classroom. Don't be scared of adding it to your planning. Now, you can even do, as South Africans, we are very lazy when we speak. And it's because that we have to use so many parts of our mouth for all the different languages that we speak. So some morning ring tongue exercises are vital to strengthen the articulation muscles. So you might want to do a little bit of kissing, like, you see my w there that I made. Now I can't see my face, but I'm making a w sound because I absolutely love articulation exercises. Or you might want to move your lips out and in, or you might move your tongue up and down. Now, I know this is difficult with masks, but you can say to the children, come, let's move those lips. Let's get our mouths moving. You might even want to do a little bit of clicking at the back of your throat, like that sort of thing, because that soft palate needs exercises. And this all helps to promote vocal clarity, to get our articulation muscles moving, but it also promotes concentration, because you might say to them, all right, move your lips and click your fingers at the same time, or move your lips and wriggle your ankles, or let's move our lips and move our hips. So they have to think about that, and that's getting them moving. It's also getting them thinking. It's also getting them concentrating, and that then helps to promote vocal clarity, but it helps them to concentrate, and it helps them to settle for the day, and then you can start off your lesson. Now, also, when I was a student, my lecturer said to me, look here, Roché, every book that you read, every activity that you do can be turned into a drama scene. And so I want to say this to you too. Everything that you do can be turned into a dramatic scene. So you might want them to explode like the volcanoes that you are learning about, or move like the animals, or walk like the Egyptian if you are a grade 5 teacher and doing Egypt as your theme. Or you might actually physically become the numbers in the math sum. Now, this can also turn into chaos, but what you can say to your class is, you know, we're learning about mice at the moment. So when we're walking outside to break time, why don't we line up like mice and show the other children how we can walk like mice to our next class, and then they can all see what they're learning about. And the children will be amazed by that. You'll have them quiet first, you'll be doing drama second, and you'll be achieving that little bit of movement, that little bit of interest from the children, and that engagement in what you're doing. You can walk like an Egyptian to your next class, you can have pyramids up above your head, you can do all sorts of things. And that's how you can include drama in your lesson without it getting out of control. Now, very importantly, when you are working with a big group and you are doing movement, it is very important that you learn to keep them under control. I saw that there's a question in the questions asking, how can we keep them and keep the discipline? So right from the start of my lessons, everybody knows I have a freeze phrase. Now, my freeze phrase is la, 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 and they answer la, la, which is, I say to them, it's, are you listening? And they reply, I am. But other people might use something different. They might say macaroni and cheese, and then the children answer, everybody freeze, or 1, 2, 3, look at me. I also use a tambourine or a shaker for crowd control. I've got a tambourine and a shaker to show you. I'll show you just now. But those freeze phrases are very important because, number one, it saves you from trying to keep them quiet all the time. It also, they know right from the start that when you say la, 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 and they reply la, la, it's watch and listen, don't carry on talking. And that is very, very, very important, that you need to make sure that you've got that control. Otherwise, drama lessons end up out of control and you get frustrated, the children get frustrated because they can't hear each other and they can't hear each other in the group. And you need to just keep that little bit of level of discipline within the class. But you need to do it right from the start. Otherwise, you're going to lose the children. So just remember that. And those are great ways to do it. Now, this slide deck that I've got here, I will put the link in the chat just now, but you can copy this slide deck, and if you click on this little purple number here, then it will give you a document with all sorts of ideas of how to use drama within the grade R to 4 class, just with practical ideas that are linked to CAPS. And I've created that for you to make it easier for you to do. So have a look at that once you've finished, and it's things like how to use your theme, how to use the freeze words, that sort of thing. Okay, so that's just there for you as an extra little thing. But now let's move on to some of the older learners, and to you too. All of us become nervous when we have to speak in front of a crowd, and you can imagine how your children feel. And I saw there was a question in the chat about the little ones who are so nervous that they can't actually present at all, and they get very nervous to speak in front of others. And let's face it, even if we don't create actors and we don't create performers, everybody has got to present themselves at some stage. They have to present themselves, whether they're doing an oral in their geography class or an oral for English, or they have to chat to their mom's best friend in Woolies. They need to be able to do that and feel confident to do that. And that's basically what we are doing in the creative arts class, is building that confidence and building those communication skills. But it really is a very scary thing for a whole lot of people. I know that and understand that. And so these helpful tips apply to you. You can apply it to your children. You can apply it to your husbands and wives too, because it's going to help you. So I'm going to go out of this quickly and just show you, when you get the slide deck, you'll be able to click on this little image, this image here, and this image here, and all of them link further to slide decks. And I'll show you just now what those are. And they're all topic ideas. Now, how I like to use topics and to get children talking in my class is at the end, at the end of the day or at the end of the lesson, there's 5 minutes left and you think, oh, what am I going to do now? We've got to do something else. And so I say to my children, all right, tell me, Frinkle, do you prefer a picnic or a restaurant? And I said this to my class the other day, and the one child said to me, I prefer a picnic. And I said, that's great. Why? And she said, well, because I get to be outside, I get to run around without my mask, and my mother can pack all sorts of food that I like, because she knows that I'm very fussy when I eat things. And I said, oh, that's great. And then another child said to me, you know what? I don't like a picnic. And I said, why? And she said, one answer, bugs. And I said, yeah, I agree with you. The bugs get in everywhere. And just that little chat sparked a conversation. It sparked a discussion. It sparked a debate. And that's what we want to have in our classes as well. We want to get the children talking. We want to get the children listening to each other and engaging, and then giving reasons why they feel the way they feel, because then it makes them better speakers. It makes them understand each other. It makes them better at discussing things. And that's what we're trying to create a culture of, is discussing words, discussing things, chatting to each other. This topic here, topics to think and speak about, I've given ideas such as, tell me about your family. Do you have an aunt who bites her nails? Do you have a grandmother who likes to chat about your past? Tell me a little bit about that. This one here, improvised speaking, has got topics such as, oh, let me hear about your favorite toy. And these are things that they can chat about for 1 minute or 30 seconds and just get them talking, because the more they talk, the more confident they become, and then it can move on to the end of the lesson. You can get them talking in orals, you can get them debating, and it just sparks this conversation, which is what we want. Now, just some tips for you, and tips that you can give to your children, is when they're standing up speaking, tell them to take a breath before you start speaking. I always say to my children, find your belly button, put your hand on the soft, squishy part just above your belly button. And I say to them, I know mine's very squishy because there's lots of chocolate cake there. And I say, you must hold it over there and take a breath and breathe and feel the air going in and out, and just calm yourself down, and then you can speak. I say that to my children, and they do it Right from grade 1, they start doing it. I say to him, stand with your feet slightly apart, don't move your fingers, don't fidget, and look at your audience. They're the ones that you're talking to. They're the ones that want to listen to what you're saying. Look at them, speak to them, tell them your story. Here, when you get the slide deck, there's more public speaking tips and hints as well if you click on that picture. Now, this is the real reason why I'm here. I'm going to stop presenting because now I really want to see you and tell you about things. So I'm going to stop there. And I'm going to start my video. I'm going to stop presenting. Have I stopped presenting? Cancel. Okay. And I'm going to stop my video. All right. Now, the reason why I got to do all this is because I'm just going to copy this link quickly and pop it in the chat for you, so that you can know what I'm doing, what I'm doing, is I realized that everything that I do in my drama is carrying through to their other lessons. So I was teaching them about presentation. I was teaching them about, and they weren't doing it in their classes, and they weren't, they weren't applying it to their orals, and they weren't applying it to any of the lessons, other lessons that we're doing. I thought, how am I going to do that? And so in 2019, I applied to be a Google innovator with the question, how might we use dramatic skills in everyday teaching? And I thought, how am I going? And so I applied and I became a Google innovator, and I went to the Google Academy in New York City, and then I said, right, how am I going to do this? And I've created this app where there's two apps that I've created. The one is called Drama 2020. And if you have a look on, when you open up the slide deck that I've just shared in the chat, then you will see that you can download these two apps, okay? And I'm going to open up one for you now quickly in my screen, and then you can see it. I'm going to open the dramatic fun one quickly. Here we go, share. All right. And in this one, can you see, it says drama ideas for 5 to 11-year-olds. Oh, Chloe, I haven't shared it in the Zoom chat. I'll share it there quickly for you.
Arisha, sorry to disturb you there, jump in.
So just hang 10 quickly, here it comes.
Just a side note from my side, just to let you know that you've got 5 minutes left.
7 minutes left. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so can you see here it
then
says
we'll take a question and answer session after your 5 minutes.
Oh, okay, super. So can you see it says drama ideas for 5 to 11-year-olds? Okay, yes. I'm just going to assume that you can. Perfect. All right. So if we have a look here, it says, if I click on action poems.
So you're showing your screen, not your presentation.
Yeah, that's fine because I'm showing my app.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So here we go. So this is my screen here. So in this app, okay, from that you can download it to your phone, to your tablet, anywhere. Okay. So over here it says action poems. Here are a whole lot of poems, and if you click on it, there is me doing the poem. There is the poem itself and why I do it with reasons to do. I'm just going to go through here quickly. Here's different bits of music with ideas of how the children can act to it. There are games that they can play, and here's feedback that you can give to me about what else you'd like to do with 4 to 11-year-olds. I shared this last year, and a man from Beijing sent me a message to say, thank you so much, because him and his children absolutely loved it. This one over here, which is also in my presentation I've shared with you, is what I really want to show you for school and for anybody else. So this drama application one, first of all, it tells you about what we want to achieve from drama. Then if we go to voice modulation, my children all know pitch, pace, pause, projection, inflection, tone, that's modulation. And here it tells you, once again, you can go through all of them. There's a voice note of what pitch is. There's to remind you about it, how to use pitch, all of those modulation steps. Here's tips about stage presence, your delivery, everything about it. Here are more tips about how to stand when you're presenting. Here's again videos of me doing things, all right? Recording tips, how to record, especially now we have to do a lot of recording. I know that lots of grades do adverts in English and interviews in English, and here's tips on how to create adverts, how to create interviews. Here's tips on how to create a story using a beginning, a middle, and end, and again, a feedback. And here, very nicely for you, I've put in a rubric, okay? So there we go. This rubric then is aligned to an English rubric, so you can see how you can use it. So that is what I have created for you, and I hope that you can use it and share it and send me feedback. And I'm busy creating an app like this for public speaking. So some of those links that I've shared are going to be in my public speaking app. And if you can send me some feedback about what you would like to have in a public speaking app, then let me know and I will add it. But use those. So click on my slide deck, look through everything, click on all those links, use them, and let me know what else. I just love drama. I love sharing it with the children. I love to see the children becoming more enthusiastic, evident, and using these things, using and applying it to every other lesson. And that's just what I want you to have today, and to share with your children, and to use from 8 o'clock on Monday morning, or 7:05 when our children arrive. Some of them. Is there anything else? Oh, thank you, Marina. Yes, I am an innovator. What else can I tell you? What else can I share? What else? Is there something that you're working on that you want me to give you an idea for? What else would you like? Unmute and tell me, but I know you can't. Yay, I'm so pleased. Thank you so much for all those words saying that I've inspired you. I hope so. And I hope that you can use it. I am passionate, and I want to share. And I want everybody to realize that drama is, you don't have to be successful. You don't have to be an actor or a performer to really be successful at drama. Drama means a confident person who can speak to others, share ideas. Oh, the tongue exercises, Yvonne, are my best. I wish, so I'll show you quickly because now I'm on screen. So I would say to him, okay, long pink pointy tongues, and we'd stretch them out like this and run from side to side and up and down and run around inside them, and elastic lips, those are difficult, like this. This really gets the children thinking, and outs and ins. So there we go. All right, my creative arts man who's telling me how much time I've got left. I see I've got 2 minutes. How do I come up with my own school productions page? Oh, I walk and I think and I watch TV, and then one day I wake up and I come up with an idea. But it's usually something that the children are interested in, like stories that I then adapt, and I use poems. I haven't done it in such a long time. I'm so desperate. I'm so tired. I wish I could do a school production. I wanted to show you my tambourines or shakers to keep them quiet are things that I use. Anything else I can tell you about?
Roché, thank you
Yes.
very much. I think what we can do now is we can move over to the Q&A. We've got our last 5 minutes, and then maybe we can answer the questions and answers. Should you have any challenges, I'm here to help you facilitate, but there is a tab on the app that says question and answer, and maybe you can read through the questions and answer them.
Okay, I've just seen here someone saying, wonderful ideas for us non-dramatics. Yes, that's exactly it. It's ideas for non-dramatics. That's what we want. I saw somewhere here that they said, is it right for my class, my school to use outside space for performances? Yes. I was thinking about this because people said with all their desks in their rooms, and I thought, in my room, I've used masking tape to mark off blocks, and that also keeps the children a little bit under control. And I was thinking, if you use masking tape in your passages, on your school grounds, draw with chalk, make those spaces, it could also help with drama and help with spacing. And I think if you don't have space in your class, yes, use those grounds, mark them off. It's amazing. I think that somebody else asked, why is drama mostly considered as an extramural rather than an educational tool? Because they don't have my dramatic technique app to show them how drama can be used in every class. So share that app with your teachers, because then they can see how what we teach them in drama can be applied to English and geography and history and science and maths and all of those subjects. So share away, people. The more that share, the better it is. And second language speakers in drama. Oh, Gillian, you know what? I'm busy teaching a class at the moment where they are learning Afrikaans through drama because they're not confident with Afrikaans. And so we're acting out things. We're going to the restaurant on a Friday. Ons bestel melkskommels en ons eet kaas. And we're doing all sorts of things where we're acting out things that they know about. So we talk about going to a restaurant in English, we chat about what we would do, what we would order, and then I convert it into Afrikaans and we do it, and it's great. So I that's how I apply it. I see Gillian asked a question. Ask who's best to teach creative arts as specialists, move. Oh, yes, I move past caps all the time. I teach them so much more, and it's so important to do that. I see as somebody says they lack a rich imagination. Yes, sometimes the children do lack a rich imagination, and that's where we come in with our stories, with our storytelling techniques to help build that imagination and build that creativity. And that's where drama is so important. You know, I might start off a sentence and I say, we're walking through a forest. It's dark. Oh, there's something purple over there. What is it? And then somebody says, oh, I don't know, maybe it's a flower. No, it's a bird. Can you see the bird? What kind of feathers does it have? And then we chat about it and we build the story that way. And that's something that you can do in your own classroom. If you don't have a drama teacher, you can do that. You can do that straight away. Is there anything else that anybody wants to ask? Some more here in the chat. At what point do I use the tambourine? Especially in the process of practicing a short skit. If they're practicing, then I would go, I'll go, la, la, I'll say, right, we've got 2 minutes to go, and then I'll stop, because then they'll know. Or I might say, oh dear, the volume's on 72 and we need our volume to be on 12, turn it down, and then they turn it down. So, you know, they just get to know that, and that's my way, and I've been doing that since the beginning, so they understand how it works, and that's important in a drama class, to lay down the law.
Thank you very much. I think that was so insightful. Just maybe if you could just answer one more question. So I see there is a question that says how to handle 1 or 2 learners who just refuse to perform. No matter how much you encourage them, they just have zero confidence.
Yes. Okay. So I replied to that, and I said that you need to do it with them. So I say to the children, don't be scared. I said, let me do it with you. And I say, come, what's your idea? And then we act it together. And when we act together, then they see, oh, okay. I said, now come with me. I said, now why didn't you try and say this? I'm going to say it and you say it after me. And then we say it together. So I'm very active in my class. I think I do like 7,200 steps by 11 o'clock on a Tuesday when I teach all my foundation phase children, because I do everything with them. And when you do it with them, then they realize, oh, okay, I can do this. And my biggest success was way back in I think it was 2007. There was a child who cried every morning of her grade 1 class school day, every morning. And by grade 7, she was the lead in my play. And now she's studying to be a doctor. So woohoo, successful Roché. So that's the thing. That's what you've got to do. It's step by step. And if you do it with them, then they become more confident and they see, okay, it's not so scary. And praise also. I mean, I had a child who practiced with his partner. He was perfect. It was lovely. He loved it. And then when it came to performing, he started crying. So he didn't want to do it. I said, it's okay, sweetheart. Next week, I'll do it with you. And you know that last week, that child was the first to put up his hand and say, can I please do it? And I said, yes, you can. And I said, you see, it's not so scary. So do it with him. So I've put my one app link in the slide. Let me just put my other app link in the slide. // drama fun. So these are like bookmark apps because they're made with Glide, but they're there and you can use them. Please use them and tell me what else you want. Okay, I'm on 20 fast.
Wow. Such a great story. I think it's important to actually do it with them. I love that. So the perspective changes completely from what initially it was. And now when you start to do it.
I see one of our former pupils in the chat. Yay, look at this.
All
right,
and
so
another question. Can I read another question? So it says, it seems many learners are dramatic in all their own, but how do you balance discipline and maintain or allow them to keep that type of behavior?
Okay, so actually, COVID has really helped with discipline because of my blocks. And the children know that they cannot go into somebody else's block. Sorry, I'm just typing here at the same time.
Yeah.
They're typing in the app here, so I'm not looking at you. And so when they're in that contained space, now we don't like to contain space in drama because we like them to be free, but at the moment, because we've got these blocks, it actually helps them because they're now in this space and they know that they can only perform in this space. And woe betide you go into someone else's space, then I say to them, right, sit down. You can only perform now if you sit. So then they realize, and I know it's not a nice thing to do, but sometimes you just have to do that. And for me, discipline comes from the very first lesson. So that is why I have the freeze words that I do. That is why I use the tambourine, because then they know right from the start that this is how it works for drama. Because we don't want drama to just be a free for all, otherwise nobody learns anything. We want them to learn something. And so you've got to maintain the discipline from your very first lesson. And I know that it's now we're halfway through the year and so on, but get yourself a tambourine or think of a freeze word for yourself and use it, apply it to your classes, because that is how you're going to maintain that discipline. Okay.
Thank you very much, Roché. I think it was a very insightful workshop. I hope everyone managed to get as much as possible, and also we'll be going through your app. I think we've actually run out of time, but thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for facilitating and for being a speaker. We thoroughly enjoyed having you. Thank you for your time and thank you for sharing your knowledge.
Thank you. I've enjoyed being here, and I've just seen lots of things in the chat. Yes, one of my former teachers is here too. Thank you, Kayleen. I use your literature lessons all the time. We did Shakespeare this week.
Thank you very much.
And reach out to me if you want to know anything. All right, he's sending me. I can't carry on talking.
Perfect. Thank you very much, everyone. Remember to join in our next 3 sessions, which are happening right now. Don't forget to go over to social media, use the hashtag CSC 2021. There's a lot of prizes for people that engage with us, that chat with us. Take the screenshots, fun times, quote our speakers and so forth. Tag them as well. Thank you very much for being with us. We thoroughly enjoyed it. Next up, you can just join the next session. Thank you. Thank you, Roché. One of my colleagues.
Thanks, everyone.
Wowza. So that was just wowza. It was just a good Saturday. A good, very energetic. Thank you very much. Like, I would love to be in your class, you know. I really
Come, you can join.
Really love to be in your class. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Cheers. Bye.